Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always, and thank you all ever so much for all your kind support, subscribes, likes, shares, comments and discussions, all very much appreciated. So today we've got a nice quick review of the Sudz Budz gridded sponge, ideal for some ONR, but optimum no rinseless wash. So let's just get the GoPro on a stand, get this out. This is how it comes from Amazon and probably all suppliers. So it comes vacuum sealed, so it doesn't take up much space for postage. Premium jumbo foam gridded sponge for cleaning car, SUV, motorcycle, truck, RV, boat, home and office. Soak in water for 3 minutes to reduce firmness and increase absorption. So we'll get that open. And put to one side so it can start doing its thing and increasing, which should start to happen soon. Pop that there a minute. We have got 1.5 ounces of ONR to just over 2 gallons of water. The instructions say for no rinse wash or pre-soak spray, 1 ounce of product to 2 gallons. So I've put in just over 2 gallons, so about 2.5, so 1.5 ounces of product. Reason being, I want to put some in the IK foamer. So we use the little dosing cap just to get that in. Zero drama, thanks to the dosing cap. Very handy little gadget to have. And this is starting to get a little bit fatter, so we'll get that in there. Three minutes it says. So I'll get that lidded up and we'll get out to the car and have a look at the condition. So this is where we're at. So this is just at my limit for what I'm going to do no rinse on. So there is a small amount of surface sort of standing up, and that's about my marker really. When it starts getting granular like this, I'm not so keen, but I did test it this morning and it doesn't feel too bad. So this is about my limit for rinseless wash. Anyway, go and get all the products out. That'll give the sponge 3 minutes to expand, and then we'll start getting the product on, see how it goes. Right, so just double checking the product details. New and improved top tier foam material featuring the perfect blend of dense, ultra long lasting foam material with super soft feel, elasticity and absorbency. Robust but incredibly forgiving on surfaces. 337 grids on each side effectively trap dirt particles beneath its super soft surface for rinseless and soapy washes, effectively mitigating wash induced marring. So that sounds good. Ergonomically designed. Can hold up to 700 ml of liquids. We don't care about that. Super soft anti-abrasive foam will not drag over surfaces, grid valleys, trap contaminants away as you wash. The softness and flexibility ensure it contours around panels effortlessly. Wonderful. Right, we'll go back to the sponge in a minute. Let's get a bit of pre-soak on. Just to get things moving. And that's that panel ready to go. So we'll get this in as gridded both sides. I was going to say we'll get it so that it's grids down, because essentially when we do a pass we could put it back in the bucket dirty side down, and the product will either encapsulate the dirt particles, or and they'll either stay inside the gridded bit, or gravity will help them drop to the bottom and they will be underneath the grit guard. So we'll go standard process, wring out until it's just thinking about dripping, like so, and then we'll go in for our first couple of passes. I can feel it. I can feel being scared as I get to the gritty part. Although, as any of you who have tried ONR will know, there really isn't a great sense of drag. So we'll pop that in there for a moment, just push it down, hope to encourage gravity to take off any of the surface. More granular dirt. So we're looking good. We're ready for another pass. Change ends. Finish off on this top bit. The upper. And then we will do that bottom plastic last. I was really looking forward to using this. One thing I will say, it is big. It feels really big in the hand. That's looking good. So we'll go one upper part of the plastic and then lower part of the plastic, get all that horrible off. Flick that on the floor. So we'll get this in here, give it a good squeeze out this time. Let's see, I'm not going to bend this open too far because I don't want to grab or rip any of the cubes off. But it's good. It's good. Feels nice in the hand, other than maybe a tiny bit too large. But other than that, no complaints. No complaints. So that's got that all nice. And as per my standard sort of level of OCD, attention to detail I like to call it. I don't like to label it OCD. But as per my standard level of attention to detail, I'm going another pass. Right, so we'll get that in, sat like so, and then we'll go straight in with Chemical Guys microfiber drying towel, and let's see how we're doing. And as you can hopefully agree from the beginning of the video, we were adequately dirty, and we'll start doing a quick comparison on that in a moment. So it didn't feel draggy, maybe helped by the pre-soak, which is good, and obviously the product doing its job. Should have got a smaller towel for this. I'm not going to drag the microfiber over the plastics. I'll get another one for that probably. Right, let's put this down somewhere clean, dry and grit free. So you can see where we were. And you know that it was a good, true test. We've got just a few dirt particles actually sitting up. And this is where we've got. So just to swing back over that for comparison. It's looking nice. It's looking nice. It's only my second time using ONR because I treated myself to a wonderful foam wash, which is just a pleasant experience. But that's done okay. There's some water spots on the glass, but I believe that's on the inside. My partner regularly leaves the window open a crack, much to my dismay. But yeah, that's done good. Right, I'll get the GoPro on the stand. We'll do another panel. Let's see what's particularly horrible. Let's get into it, eh? We'll get this one done on cam. It's not a full car wash. It's just a review of the Sudz Budz gridded sponge. We'll get a little bit extra in these little nooks and crannies, so that could be doing its work on here. Don't know how much the missus is going to like this. I'm going to have one clean door and a clean boot because she's about to go out and feed the horses. But with any luck, I'll be able to get round a bit more. Right, that's on for a mini dwell. Try and get this in shot so it excludes as much of me as possible. There we go. At least with two hands, it gives me the opportunity to demonstrate some real-time speed and efficiency of the product. So that's 1 minute dwell, 30 seconds dwell at most. Not feeling any dragginess at all. This seems to be doing its job. The reason I'm not dragging the grids open and showing on camera is because some of the reviews I watched, I noted that some people had knocked off the little cubes. So I'm thinking, because I like to preserve things and care for them, I'm not ripping open this in danger of losing any grids. But trust me, it is gridded. It's doing all right as it goes. It is doing all right. So, just thinking about dripping. Excuse me. Getting into the muddy bits. And because the sponge is so big, if that does happen, there's the option to swap ends. It's got to come off. So there's no mucking about, no pre-rinse, no pre-prep of the car. As I always say on my videos, my first time is your first time. As you saw, this product just come out of the packet. How it arrives. Got this from Amazon, by the way. I'll put a link in the description. And that is that. Easy. Right, let's just get into that. Hopefully I'm not in the way too much. Cloth's coming up nice and clean, which is what I want to see. Showing that the product is doing its job. Yeah, a few little marks as I go around the plastic, but that's to be expected. Doesn't feel draggy on the paintwork in any way, shape or form, which is what we want. Obviously this is a fairly modern car with pretty good paint, quite low miles. So I clean it, not as often as I should, but I have a good sense for what sort of condition the paintwork's in. Significantly better than the Subaru, and generally pretty good at present. So, in some respects, a good opportunity to see if rinseless is inducing any marring. And if anyone's going to notice, it'll be me. Because I tend to look over the cars very, very regularly. So I would know. It's done good on the plastics. Let's get this thoroughly dry before I get the GoPro on. Just trying to do a clear section. Really impressed. Excuse me, like I say, second time for me on the ONR. I haven't been, not using it for any reason. I just thought, as I say, I'd treat myself to a foam, which is what I did yesterday with my daughter, because we wanted the optimum manual labour free version of doing the Forester, which we can look at in a minute. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic. So this was the dirt was literally sticking up on this bit, so it's done great. And just get my phone out of my pocket, get a torch. So where can we get that? I'm not seeing any new scratches, which is good. I should get myself a little inspection LED really. I will add that to my list. A little cheap Cree torch from Amazon, rather than paying the extra money for a branded torch. So that's done good. That has done good. Plastic, good. Lower plastic's good. You can see where the brake, so we had some significant crust. You can see the level we went from. So it's done wonderful on the door. Wonderful on the boot. I'm going to get round with the rest of what's in the bucket and what I've got in my foamer. I'll whiz over this as much as I possibly can. Might be able to get round it all. And then we'll just get a shot of the results and wrap it up. Right, just got my breath back, because even though I said it was just going to be a review of the Sudz Budz, hopefully this emphasises to you all how amazing not only the wash media was, the sponge, but also how pleasurable the ONR experience is. I was just going to do the boot and a door. You saw how dirty the water was getting, but I still had a little bit of spray left, product in the sprayer. So doused the car, spun round the whole thing in, I reckon, 5 minutes, and then spent 10 drying it, and used the last bit of the liquid that I could suck up with a sponge to do the plastics, so I didn't drag any more of that horribleness. And it was so pleasurable, there's no way I was going to throw the product or not clean the rest of the car. And it has come up a treat. Lovely, nice, slick, shiny, mark-free paintwork. Now, a couple of things we can observe is that that method doesn't get rid of bug juice, tree sap. There's a little bit here, tiny amount. Little splat here, some here. I didn't go over it for ages, agitating it or anything, and probably could have got into it a bit firmer, but wanted to leave it just because it's a good example. It doesn't, the snow foam and pre-rinse phase probably would have lifted that, but I'm not complaining. Like I say, I just left it so that it's a good example. Only criticism of the sponge is that it's massive. So everything fine. Getting up here, I know it's different for everybody's car, not ideal. Getting in here, not ideal. Wing mirrors, not perfect. Behind here, challenging. And then the finer details. So you'd probably use a microfiber cloth for that. Anyway, that's classic me. Classic me. I think I'm going to smash out a 5-minute product review before the weather gets bad, which is supposed to rain today, and end up doing a full car wash. And I know what you're thinking. Look at the wheels, man. They're horrific. Well, do you know what? I might do them in a minute, but I'm not going to make you suffer it. Anyway, look, just so you know, Foz is still here. I did that yesterday with my daughter. Quick and dirty, 80% contactless wash, which was wonderful. She didn't want to be on YouTube. I said I should have videoed it because it was a prime example of how easy the system is to use. And she smashed for it in no time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you for tuning in as always. And I very much look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everyone. All the very best. Bye-bye.